Okay, so everyone, once again, my name is Eric. For a lot of you know, some of you might not know. And there's just a little quote that I found and that I chose. If you deserve commitment from anyone, it's yourself. The reason why this quote is very meaningful and powerful is because a lot of people, they think there's a lot of easy remedies. You know, a lot of people advertise it as easy. If you have a problem, you know, just use our product and it's going to be easy. In reality, there's no such thing as easy because everything requires time and it requires your effort. Even, let's just take a simple example. When you go to a doctor, right, you might have a problem and he advises you to take pills. It's not a pill that you take once and you never have to take it again. It's an ongoing process that you have to do maybe every day or on an ongoing basis. So, so if you really want to help yourself, it's a commitment that you gotta be focused on and you gotta concentrate on doing it. So this is the logo of our company, HuaShen America, and so HuaShen in Chinese actually it means, as far as I know, as far as they told me, it means the miracle of nature, and that's exactly what it is. Our products are miracle of nature, and I'm gonna get it to in a few moments exactly how that is. So first off, I want to start with the notion of biophotons. Is anybody familiar with biophotons? Does anybody know what biophoton is? Well, for just a little hint. So bio means life, and photon means light. So biophoton is elementary, ultra-weak photon emitted from a living system. So all the living systems, they emit light, which is biophotons. So what the company did, I'm just going to say it in a few minutes. I'm going to like briefly say it, and then going to go further into it. So what they did, they used herbs, and they integrated them into garments, which a lot of you know. So this is how our bodies or any living system, that's how it communicates with each other through light, which is a biophoton essentially. So HuaShen America, this is just 2/5 of the company. This is the headquarters. It's headquartered in Chinese. It's in scientific capital of China, which is Qingdao, and that's just part of the building. It's much bigger. And this is one of the people who takes credit for letting people know about biophotons. He was one of the people who found out about it, but generally right now there's biophoton studies are done all over the world, which is in Germany, in Russia, in America also. Very interesting thing though, when you try to research biophotons within the American material, all of the studies that you're going to see stopped around 1990s area, which means there was a lot of studies being done, and then at one point when you do research, it seems like it stopped. Like either somebody stopped doing research, but then why would somebody stop doing research if before the 90s there's so much research about it? But another thing that gives you thought is that maybe it's an ongoing research, but they don't want people to know about it. Just different conclusions there. So this guy, his name is Fritz Alfred Pope. He's the founder of the International Institute of Biophysics. He also he has a lot of different awards, and one of the awards, he's an invited ongoing member of New York University, if everybody's familiar with such. So, so just to explain how this works. So this is a regular belt, right? Why do people generally wear belts? Does anybody know? Why do people wear belts?
Support your back.
To support your back, right. So a lot of times people wear the belt and it's supposed to be very tight. If your back hurts, you want it as tight as possible so it wouldn't move around. So when you walk, when you sit, it's not going to bother you. Our products work on a different system. Why? Because it's not the belt that helps you, it's the herbs that are integrated in the garments. So this is the belt. That's how it looks like a regular belt. So on the inside, I'm just going to show you, it's a concentration of biophotons right over here for the back. So now, why do people have back problems? A lot of times it's because the discs are up against each other. If somebody tells you that you can heal your discs, it's impossible. That's why they do surgeries, they remove it, and they insert something else. So what these herbs are meant to do, they give energy and elasticity to your back muscles. So if your back muscles are stronger and more elastic, there's going to be less pressure on your discs. And thus, it allows you to, to do your things. So the belt is a little more than just the back. So if you see over here, there's a list of reasons why somebody would wear the back. Also, very interesting thing is the liver, because there is a concentration of biophotons going all around. So it's not only something you wear for the belt. A lot of people that have stomach problems, not even the back problems, and they wear the belt. Why? Because the biophotons right over here are made specifically for your stomach area. But you would wear it a little higher though, but you would wear it like this. The biophotons touching your skin, and just a certain thing to keep in mind, I might not always say it, but it's true for all the cases, the biophotons have to be in direct contact with your skin, which means you cannot have anything under. Like right now, it's a wrong way to wear it. As we go further, we're gonna get into another problem that a lot of people have, that's a knee brace. So also, from the outside, it looks like a regular knee brace. In reality, on the inside, there's much more going on. So these herbs were specifically selected. There's two parts, the front and the back. So if you look on the front, you might see a special selection of biophotons. So what these herbs do, similar to the back, they give elasticity to your knee muscles. So thus, there's less pressure on the joints. And on the back, there's a lymph system. And lymph system is in charge of your whole body. And that's why if people have problems with blood pressure, the knee pad is one of the products we advise them to use, because it regulates your pressure. We have a lot of athletes who use the knee pads, not even because they have a problem now, but if you're an athlete, you know that you are going to have a problem at one point, and you want to use it as a preventative measure. Very similar to the elbow, to the knee pad, is an elbow brace. Just to touch it briefly, I don't currently have it in stock. I don't have it on the table, but that's how it looks like. You would put it on your elbow, and it works in a similar way as a knee pad. And just some of the arthritis and the elbow joint pain, and very similar to the knee. And very interesting thing, since elbow and knees are similar, there's actually similar herbs in both of them as well. The HuaShen socks, a lot of people, they feel numbness in their feet, and they would use these socks. Just a simple thing to keep in mind. A lot of people come to me and they're like, you know what, I wear your socks for a month or 2 months, and everything is wearing off, I need a different pair. Well, the reason why they're wearing off is because if you run in them, it's going to scratch off the material. It's not that they're bad or they're damaged, it's just on a daily basis. I mean, as guys, a lot of guys know, less women know though, guys change socks on a constant basis. Like my socks rip, regular socks rip every 2 or 3 weeks. So the same thing with the product. They're meant for 3 years, their lifespan is 3 years. But nevertheless, the material might scratch off. Based on the system of acupuncture, another thing, your legs are in control of your whole body. So if you look over here, right on the system, a lot of you guys know that your legs are responsible for your whole body. So a lot of times people might wear socks, but they feel pain or they feel discomfort in the liver, which means the socks are letting you know that there's a problem in some part of your body and you should go have it checked out. So that's just some of the things they work. They improve poor blood. If somebody has poor blood circulation, like I said earlier, numbness in their feet, that's an amazing thing. These socks are also great for people with diabetes, by the way. I'm going to show you how it looks on the inside. There's biophotons, which are a little cute. It looks like little feet, if anybody sees. We had a lot of stories, actually, people who, who felt numbness in their feet, and they use the products, the socks especially, to improve the circulation. While we're in the feet part, we're going to go into the ankles. So these are the ankles. But that's how they look on the inside. There's herbs all around. And I didn't mention it earlier because I thought that most of the people know, but it's a mistake to assume things. So what the company did, essentially, I should have said it earlier. What the company did, they went around and they found 54 different types of herbs that they proved have healing powers. For example, a lot of you know, like let's say my mom does it to this day, when somebody gets a cut, you would put an aloe, which is an herb. But what is the reason why people put aloe is because it prevents bacteria and it helps a cut to heal faster. So there's a lot of different herbs that are very similar to aloe. And so the company found 54 different types of herbs and they integrated them into clothing. So every clothing has its own herb that's responsible and that's going to help you with that part of the body. So going back to the belt, by the way, since belt is so diverse, and it's not only the back, if you look over here, every part of this is a different types of herbs. So it's not one throughout. And that's why you would not necessarily be able to put a belt, let's say if your head hurts, because it's different herbs. and everyone is responsible. Although we did have a woman who bought underwear and she put it on her brain, on her head, because she was suffering from a headache. And she said it helped her, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Going further, we have a hat. So a lot of people have problems falling asleep, not because they can't sleep, but because there's stress, or there's just so much things going on. There's constantly thinking about something, and they cannot relax. So what this hat does, one of the main properties, it improves the blood circulation. Thus, by improving blood circulation, it improves the amount of oxygen that gets to your brain, which is going to relax you, number one, which is going to get rid of stress, which is going to make it easier for you to fall asleep. So while we're on the topic of the upper body, we're going to go into the neck guard. So the neck guard is amazing for people who, a lot of people were in an accident in some point in their life, and they're suffering from the neck, or some people were born or just developed, they have crooked necks. So this is the one to help them out with, the neck pad. You would just apply it right like this. So now, going further, I'm just going to have a person help me out over here, and we're going to talk about the ladies' panties. Technical difficulties.
Okay, so these are made to heal various parts of the body. So we have the stomach issues. As you can see, there are special biophotons at the top. And there are female organs that need support, the uterus, etc. And these specifically provide the herbs for each of these areas. So it's very, very detailed what is addressed here. And the back is supporting kidneys, liver, muscles, across all of these herbs here. But in the glute area, we have many problems. People have sciatic issues. Of course, women want to retain the shape better. We sit too much, right? So that's what these are for, is to provide support for the muscles in this area of the body. Also, there are underwear.
She's getting the projector on the pants. There you go.
You can get them.
These underwear for young women they're fashionable, they're pretty, but really they're extremely powerful. So, for example, these dots on the back support the nerves, the sciatic area, and again, all the way around the hip, the joints. And then in the front, we have the dot of life, and the primary point below the navel, we have support for the female organs. Beautiful. They're very, very comfortable. You can just wear them all the time. Wash them up to 400 times, and they're still under the warranty, and wear them up to 3 years. For women who would like to lose weight, or to just remove cellulite, or to just tone and firm the hip and thigh areas, this garment, called the shaping pant, is able to support the body to do the toning and firming, which it wants to do anyway. And these are comfortable, unlike girdles and things. These are actually very comfortable. You can wear them all the time if you want. And they're very durable. So we have many people that lose inches right away and get toned and firmed very quickly with these. And then we have a beautiful new product that has the ability to improve circulation for the legs. So many women have issues with the legs. Today's circulation is such a big problem.
it's more than just a circulation. A lot of times there's women experience pain, but you can't really address it to a certain point. Let's say if you feel pain in your leg guard area, right? You would wear leg warmers. If you felt it in the knee, you would wear the knees. But a lot of times there's pain that just travels around and you can't really put it to a certain point, and that's exactly what you would use the tights for.
Yes, the tights are very comprehensive to cover the entire leg and feet and hip area with the biophotons.
And it's, as far as I heard, it's stylish. I mean, I don't know too much about tights, but
Put them on. Just kidding.
but that's how it looks like on the leg. I mean, for the ladies. I mean, it's very interesting. A lot of times women dress a certain way because they think that guys might get impressed. But actually they're dressing up for themselves. It's true, because guys, a lot of times we just don't see the stuff that women aim for. Before I get further, like right now we just spoke about the ladies' underwear. We have men's underwear also, but something I wanted to do earlier, there's a lot of people in this room who use our products, and I just wanted to see if I can get some feedback from the people who already use the products. So if you're not shy enough, please tell us something. Yes, I'm looking at you.
I've gotten several different items, and every one of them addresses different things. The first thing I got was the eye mask, and I was actually using it during the day just because the situation that I was in was very tense, and I would put that on. I'd actually put it on backwards and just walk around with it, which looks a little weird, but it settled things down, you know. And then at night, I love it at night, and you know, I just put that on, and I'm doing it for a couple of reasons, because I have eye issues as well, and that's supposed to in time help those. But the other things that I love are I have issues with my legs, so I've got about every piece there is. And it addresses those issues. And I just found something, this is brand new, hot off the press. I wore the leg warmers, okay, that's the newest thing that I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had trouble,
These ones.
and Angela can attest to this, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not been able to move my foot back and forth this way. And I had those on for 2 days, and I noticed last night, I'm sitting there doing this all night long, and I was able to do that. So there is something in the support as well as the biophotons that are feeding into your legs, and it's just wonderful. And so is every other piece, the socks, the other thing is the ankle guards. If anybody has any issues with your feet and your ankles, they're comfortable. I mean, they're doing their job, but they're comfortable. And you know, a lot of times you have something that you have to put on and it's like, but these are comfortable. Go ahead, Laura. She's got it.
I had pulled I pulled a muscle in my hand, arthritis, and it was damaged, and I used a hand guard on I used it on the hand in a couple days. My hand was all swollen and damaged. It was completely gone. But you know, I brought some friends with me. If you could explain the memory portion of how it works, the biophotons of that cellular memory, you know, so that they can understand, because they're not familiar.
Right, that's why, as I said earlier, I made a mistake assuming that most of the people know. So the way the biophotons work, they read off the frequency from your body, the vibrations, and they give a counter frequency to that part of the body. So when you wear a leg guard or knee or any other product, they read off the information and they give a counter vibration. So I'll tell you how that works. So on a daily basis, it's been proven. I mean, you can read it everywhere online. You can ask anybody. There's over 10 million cells that die in our bodies. But as opposed to that, there's more than 10 millions of cells that are born in our bodies. So the new cells that are born in our bodies are just copies of the existing cells. So if the existing cells are damaged or have a virus or some sickness, the new cells are also going to be damaged and have that virus or sickness. So what the biophotons do, they give a frequency to the existing cells as well as to the new cells. So the new cells that are being formed on a daily basis are new and healthier cells. And that's one of the ways how it helps you on a cellular level. So a lot of people that wear, let's say, leg guards or something, they say, well, I don't feel it working. because a lot of times when somebody has varicose veins, they wear something that vibrates. As you walk or something, it vibrates. So these products, they vibrate, but they vibrate towards your cells. So you're not gonna feel any discomfort or whatnot. You can go about your daily life, and because you're not gonna feel it vibrating, doing the job, but it does the job on a cellular level, which means your cells feel the difference, and you're gonna see the difference as well. Just to add to the mask that you mentioned earlier. So I mentioned earlier the hat that improves your sleep. How? By giving more oxygen into your brain. So we have a sleeping mask. So the way the sleeping mask works, a lot of times you are relaxed. You don't have any stress, but your eyes just cannot fall asleep. You're very sleepy, but your eyes do not close. So that's when you would use the sleeping mask. It's gonna relax your eyelids. And second, another thing it does, it pulls up your skin. So a lot of people, they might have bags under their eyes or whatnot. That's when they use the sleeping mask as well. Moreover, a lot of people who's starting to feel, as they call it on the street, double chin, or just maybe a part of their face hurts or whatnot. That's you would apply to that part of your face that bothers you. So not only is it gonna take away the pain, but it's gonna pull up the skin and make it look nicer. Michael, do you want to tell us a story?
About the sleep mask?
No, it's just about some of the products that you
okay.
used.
Wait, before that, so the eyes mask, can you wear it in the back? Like she does it?
You can wear it in the back, yeah, of course.
It does the
course,
same
if-
effect?
Yeah, if let's say the back of your head hurts or something, yeah, you can.
No,
definitely
for the
wear it.
eyes. For the eyes.
No, but if your eyes hurt, you would apply it to your eyes.
Okay, well, I'll start from the bottom and work up. The socks. I've had really good results with the socks because ever since I moved to Arizona about 40 years ago, my feet get so dry and flaky, and then when it gets really bad, the heels especially will split, and it's extremely painful. I'll get out of bed and limping. People say, do you have a limp? Well, no, my heel hurts. It's all. So anyway, I wore the socks, and it took about 3 weeks, and it's like some of my parts of my feet actually look like baby skin, and all that drying and flaking went away, and it's really beneficial for me. So definitely don't ever want to be without the socks. I got great results from the boxer shorts.
Which I'm gonna get to in a few minutes.
Yeah, I had a lot of itching problems, and I was having a little bit of, the kind of problems men have as we get older, prostate things, getting up at night, and, a little lowering of sexual desire, and that really changed a lot, The sexual desire went way up, the itching stopped. The itching stopped in about 2 weeks. I had to wait a little longer for the rest of it. And it's still getting better. I think I've only been wearing them roughly 2 months. And they're always saying 3 months for some great results.
Right.
And I mean, you get things right away, but then they get better and better and better. So I'm looking forward to things even getting better. And t-shirt, I had a lot of sores and itching on my back. Which were really driving me nuts, just itching, and I have these back scratcher things, and it was just terrible. And with the t-shirt, that cleared up in like about two to 3 weeks. And I had even showed Carrie this one thing that I couldn't see myself, and she said it was a mole, and it was just itching all the time, and it's gone. She can't even find it. It's over here where I can't see it. I had just showed it to her before I started wearing the t-shirt, and after about 3 weeks, she said she couldn't even find it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to more things happening with more products.
Thank you. Usually, just to add to that, a lot of times people feel the results within, a lot of people, depending on your problem, depending on your cells, some people within minutes after wearing the products, they might see the difference. For some people, it might take a day or two, but we generally say if you have a serious problem, after 3 months of wearing the products, you can go and get checked out, and you will see the difference. Just to add to the shorts, to the pants that Michael mentioned earlier, we have 3 different types of men's shorts, and I would say that's one of the few products that we have that's both for men and women. Because once men wear them and they see the difference, it affects the women as well. So we have three different types. So one of them is for young guys. So they might not necessarily have problems, but everybody knows as men get older, they are gonna have problems. So this is the one for them. What's so special about them? There's a few things. So first off, there's a special pocket over here to store your family jewels, as we call them on the streets. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna keep the sperm cool. So even especially in the hot summer days, because it's a special herbs that keeps it cool. That's what they're meant for. Whether it's hot outside or whatnot, it's gonna keep you cool. Second of all, there's an extra energy over here. If you see, this is what's called a dot of life. So men have it and women also have it. An interesting thing I just heard recently is that men wear a belt right on the spot, and that's exactly the spot of life. And a lot of women, especially in the younger days, they have it open. And that's why they say as women get older, that's why they have a lot of problems, because when they were younger, they kept that spot open. So it's always supposed to be covered pretty much. And that's exactly what this concentration of biophotons is for. It's going to heal it, and it's going to give energy to the body throughout. So now, as we progress further, we call them shorts, but they're underwear for guys. So what they do, they're more for guys with serious problems, such as prostate, or if they have cervical nerve problems. So that's how they look on the inside, and there's a special concentration on the butt, especially for guys who drive a lot or just work, let's say trucks or whatnot. It's gonna relax the butt muscles, which is gonna be easier to sit, and they can sit for longer periods of time. We have a third pair that comes with a belt, as you might have seen on the ladies one. It's very similar. So this is a lot. This does a lot. I'm just gonna cover a few. So first off, for guys who pee a lot, they can't hold their urine. This is amazing for them. It's gonna make the muscles stronger, which is gonna allow them to hold their urine. If you see, it also has a belt. So if people have lower back problems, that's also great for them. If people have kidney problems or anything around that area, it's amazing for them. We have interesting story that happened not so long ago. A guy. We have a lot of stories actually from guys who use their products, and their wives would come and tell us about the difference that they've seen. And there was this guy, if anybody's been in New York, we have a Brighton Beach area, if anybody heard, maybe from the movies. And it's a boardwalk, so people jog, people run, especially in the summer, there's a lot of people. So whenever you go there, morning, day, or afternoon, you're gonna see people always running and jumping. There's an ocean over there, sun shining, amazing setting. So there was one guy, he was using our boxers, these ones. And he said as he was running by, he's an older man. I would say he's in his 40s, I guess. He's like, as I was running by, I see a lot of grandmas looking at me. He's like, and I got interested. I'm just passing by. All the grandmas just starting to stare at me. He's like, and then he's like, I looked down. He's like, I realized why, because he didn't even feel it, but the boxers they started working on him. Yeah. So there's a lot of stories. We had a guy, unfortunately, he was like, no, I don't want. He had a prostate cancer. He's like, Maya was like, why are you going for the surgery? Just use something. He's like, no, I'm gonna go for the surgery. He's like, it's a normal procedure. So they put him to sleep, and he woke up like 4 hours later, and he was in an emergency room. And then he had his tubes, like needles stuck in him, because something went wrong during the procedure, and basically, yeah. So eventually they let him out 2 days after, or 3 days after. He came to us, he's like, you know what, Maya? I was wrong, I should have just used your boxers and see the results. So that's one of the things that I mentioned earlier, that's guys wear and women see the difference. As we progress further, I'm just gonna cover. We have a t-shirt. Well, t-shirt is a new product. We have a new product that recently came out within a few months that I'm gonna cover in a moment.
Can I ask a question back with the guys and what you were saying about the prostrate situation?
Yes, yeah.
So he had the surgery. Now, would you recommend having him wear, because what you're talking about is
Right.
cellular regeneration
Right.
here, because we do that normally, but
Right.
we're having
A lot of
healthier-
times it depends on the person, and a lot of times right after the surgery, we don't advise anybody to use our products for a period of 6 or 7 months. Well, there's a few things he can use. He can use the cup that I'm going to mention in a moment. He can use the HuaShen. This thing, it's going to help you sleep, and it's more for neck area, for people whose neck bothers them. Actually, this product also is good for kids or pets. But he was already he used our other products, so that's why his body is already used to the biophotons. That's why it was safe to give it to him, and he would use it, you know, maybe for a minute at a time, 5 minutes at a time, just to get body used to it. But yes, if a person has prior experience with biophotons, then it's okay to give him products after surgery.
After surgery.
Right.
Why you don't recommend after surgery to use?
Because the body is still regenerating. What all of the products do in general, they improve your blood circulations. And if you're still healing from the surgery, you might have a cut or whatnot. If your blood circulation is improved, then it might result, you might not feel well, or maybe if you have a cut, you know, you're gonna bleed out or something. So that's why you have to be very careful when you use products after surgery. But we always work with people, you know, we always talk to people, and we help them out. So we have another product that's amazing, is gloves. So what they do, similar to the feet, if somebody has numbness in their hands, we give them gloves. What it does, one of the main things, it improves the blood circulation. We had a woman, elderly woman, who was using our product, and you know, as you get older, your skin starts to sag. So her skin was sagging as well. She was losing feeling in her hands. So she used the glove, and after a period, I think, of 3 weeks, she came back. She's like, I feel amazing. That's not what she's like. But second of all, she's like, I noticed that the sagginess on my hands went away. So now when she walks outside, she walks with long sleeves, so nobody sees the sagginess on the other parts of the bodies. But her hands are amazing. And she was like, she asked us, do you have a glove that's gonna fit on my body? She's like, I want to get rid of all the numbness, of all the sagginess. Actually, the answer is yes. We do have a glove that's for your whole body. We call them the sleeping set.
Wow.
So this is like I mentioned earlier. This is a glove for your whole body. So what it does, it's biophotons, and it's very interesting material that I'm gonna pass around. You can touch the material. It's very soft. A lot of people don't like sleeping in pajamas, but when you sleep in this, you don't feel it. Like that's what a lot of people told me, and because it's very comfortable, and it's the biophotons that do the job. Here, you can touch the material and pass it around. Amazing thing about this, there's also pants. Guys also wear it, because a lot of guys are like, you know what, I don't like the color, but you know, when it comes to your health, you're willing to do anything.
Right.
It's like when you go to the gym, you will see guys who do crazy things. You look at them and you start laughing. But then at the end of the day, if it helps them, you know, reach their goal, which is for some people, you know, get more muscle or whatnot, at the end of the day, when they go outside and they have that feeling like, yes, I accomplished it, it doesn't matter what you went through during that hour or two in the gym. So what it does, a lot of times when people wear this, they feel a certain tinkling or something in a part of the body, which means the biophotons are letting you know that there's a problem with some part of your body and you should go get it checked out. So they're truly amazing. So as I mentioned earlier, we have new products as well, which were done recently, which were created recently in the past couple of months. That's one of the things is the HuaShen. So as I mentioned briefly, now I'm going to expand a little more on it. So it has biophotons, but it has a less concentration of biophotons, which makes it amazing for kids. We had stories, as Dr. Angela can confirm, we had a baby who couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. And once they wrapped this around the baby slept like a baby, like baby's supposed to. Another thing, it's good for people, like I mentioned, after surgery, or something, you know, if you have problems falling asleep, you can use this as well.
Question?
Yes.
When you wash those, it says something about neutral detergent or whatever.
Neutral detergents, right.
What's neutral?
Neutral detergent is something that doesn't have chemicals, additives to it. So we have actually we sell soap, which is organic soap, totally natural, that you can use. Yes, it's a bar soap, right? That you can use on the products, as well if you have baby shampoos, because those are usually safe and they're made for babies. There's no chemicals, there's nothing added to it. You can use baby shampoos as well. This is also a totally new product. It comes in different colors. That's a scarf that women would wear. A lot of guys, we have some guys who use them as well. So this has a lot of benefits. One of the things, it improves your immune system. Second of all, if for ladies who, especially in the summer, and you know, as many of you might know, sun is bad for women, especially if it hits the chest area, because it causes it might cause problems in the future. So what a lot of women do, they just wrap it around themselves when they go outside. Another thing being, if you're taking a flight and usually you get nauseous or tired during a flight, it's gonna relax your body. But the main thing why we use this, there's a lot of reasons and a lot of people who use this, but one of the main things that we take credit for is people who are in bed. There's a lot of people after surgery or whatever their condition is, they're just bed tied and they cannot move, they cannot do anything. So we advise them to use this. So first you will start off by closing it around the hand, leave it for about 15 minutes, and then you would approach further. Again 15 minutes, and approach further. We actually had Maya's relative who was bed tied, and he was for about 2 months or so, he wasn't moving nothing, and that's how we started off for this. And now it's already, I think, a month and a half later, he's already learning how to walk. So that was a tremendous change that he witnessed. As we get further into the new
Can I
products,
ask a question?
yeah.
Didn't you say that each part had different frequency, needed different frequency?
Yes.
So my question.
I'm glad you caught it. I'm glad you caught
Okay.
it.
So my question to this: if you use it everywhere in the body,
Right.
it's contradicted.
So what I mentioned earlier, this is a new product. They call it a new generation. How is this different from the other? First off, it's the design. If you see the other stuff are more plain grayish color, but this is the design. But deeper than the design, they're designed for your whole body. It's a special biophotons that are not in other products that you can use all around your body. So that's why it works more on the your immune system as well as your body, and that's how it's different.
Is that the same as the pajamas?
Pajamas?
Or whatever that is?
No.
The sleep body?
No, it's not. What that does, if you have a problem in your body, that part of the body is gonna give you a different feeling. You're gonna feel maybe tingling, maybe pain, maybe you might sweat in a certain part of the body, and that's how you're gonna know there's a problem in that part of the body.
It's just like a tester, so to speak.
Right.
But it doesn't heal things?
So it doesn't heal.
It doesn't heal. The way it heals, so first off, it lets you know that there is a problem. Second of all, it works as a preventative measure. So it prevents you from acquiring more problems in the future, since it gives your cells the right energy. So this is, we call it a snode. So this is also for the neck, but it works in a different, it's also new generation, so it works on your immune system as well as the correction of the neck. If somebody has the wrong position of the neck, this is what you would use for them. This is amazing. This is a t-shirt. It comes in 2 different colors. It comes in red, burgundy, and it comes in this design. So I'm going to show you how it looks like on the inside. So there's different biophotons all around. So if you look on the front, so in the front, it has warm herbs, as they call it. So what it does, it heats up your body. And there's different, based on a system of acupuncture, there's different herbs. The back part, it has what they call them cold herbs, cooling herbs. So what they do, they cool down your back. Thus, it relieves you from spasm. And your body acts as a homeostasis for both. So it's heat and cold, and it relieves the spasm all over your body. It brings your body to the balance, yes?
I'm wondering if you go back, how would you compare the 2 different products for the neck? The one that's like a band and the other one.
Right here, okay. Okay, so this is more for direct neck area. Let's say if you have vocal problems, if you have neck problems right in this area, so that's what you would use it for, right? For this and nothing else up or below. And this node, it's more if your pain goes a little more into the shoulder, or if your pain from the neck, you feel like it's going a little higher, it starts moving up, then you would use this one.
And maybe you have thyroid.
Thyroid, right, also.
Thyroid, and you can put on your head.
Right, you can,
And-
since it's more flexible, you can play around with
If
it.
you have any discomfort, like sore throat, I have many people who tell they just put it and sore throat will go away, And for vocal cord, I have problem with vocal cord from cerebral palsy because I put it and I feel like relaxed. And if you relax, you have blood circulation. I do a lot of body work because this is magic on me.
Right, for people who do a lot of body work, that's the one they should use. Because that's more not only the neck area, but it's ongoing. Yes.
What about the problem with a dislocated jaw? Is it a dislocated jaw?
You can put here, you can put everywhere on your face. If you don't want a wrinkle, you put just on your face.
So dislocated jaw
Yeah,
would be
but
good.
I don't have very good outcome with my big nose. It's still big.
Oh.
Oh, it is not.
But it's a miracle because as soon as I feel it, like I relax and I can go further and do what.
So like laryngitis?
Yeah,
would help.
and thyroid. I have patient with thyroid issue, very big, and 3-4 days.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of the new products, we have a new bracelet. It comes in two forms. It comes in black and goldish and black colors. And what it does, it has a lot of properties, but mostly it works on your immune system. We have a professor in Chicago who analyzes everything, and before we receive everything, it goes through him. He has special machinery and he has special experience and knowledge to deal with the products. So this new product that we even received a few months earlier, they went on the market only about 2 or 3 months ago. Why? Because he had them for a few months and he was doing experiments on them. So there's constantly new things that we learn about them. So one of the things these bracelets do, they help your immune system, but they also sleep in a... Right, I should show you what's so special about it. So it's a special mineral, germanium, right. It's a special mineral on both, as you can see. So what it does, it helps your immune system. So if there's nothing in your body, it's going to be in a sleeping mode. That's what he calls it, in a sleeping mode. But once there's a small virus or something that gets into your body, it's going to activate right away. So what is the benefit of that? There's a lot of time virus in our system, but we know about it only maybe 6 months after, or maybe a year later. When something starts hurting, that's when we know about it. So what this thing is going to do, it's going to find out if a virus, as soon as it gets into your body, it's going to let you know right away, and it's going to do what it needs to get rid of that virus. That's number one. Another thing being about these bracelets, they give energy to your white blood cells, which is very critical for people to fight different diseases such as cancer and anything, different diseases of that sort.
It's radiation.
Radiation, right.
For
I'm sorry, I
people
forgot, right.
who go and do computer work and.
It prevents the radiation right from computer, or whether in Arizona, I heard there's a lot of radiation that's emitted just from being in Arizona. Just hold on your questions for a few moments. We have the magic diamond. You will put it around your neck. It's also good for people with thyroid, and it's also amazing for people who are likely to get sick. So what it does, it gives energy in your body, but in a different way than the bracelets. They, especially during the seasons, after winter, when it's getting warm and people start getting sick, or when summer is ending, as we're approaching closer to the winter, a lot of people get sick. So that's the bracelet, that's the magic diamond for them. Another thing about this, if there's a pain in some part of your body, let's say stomach hurts or whatnot, you can apply it to that part of the body, and it's gonna get rid of the pain. Like when we're traveling over here, Maya, she felt pain in her shoulder. A lot of times you might use something, but she couldn't really find out exactly where it is because she couldn't locate the pain. So she applied this to her shoulder, and within minutes the pain went away.
I have patients with asthma. It's very good for
Right, asthma as well, right.
And allergy.
We have actually kids. Actually, Maya's granddaughter, as soon as she turned 3, because kids after 3 usually, she gave her this, and her daughter is and her granddaughter, she's very. She practically never gets sick, and she takes credit because of the magic diamond. So it's amazing for little kids also. It's going to strengthen out their immune system. And another thing, the new product that we have is this jewelry. So it's on a magnet. You attach it to you. Yeah, Angela is wearing one. So it goes on your neck and it goes on your wrist as well. So it's very similar to a bracelet, but it's different in the way that it also gives energy to your body, and it works 24 hours to prevent you from getting different viruses. And it's a cute look to it. So a lot of people ask me, what is number one thing? I don't know what to get. I have a lot of problems. What should I start with? I take different products, I drink teas, I take pills, and I don't know what to start with. Where should I start? So the number one thing that we advise them to start with is the cup. So it's a regular cup, there's no minerals, nothing added. It's the special material, it's called nanoceramics. So once you put the water in, after 2.5 minutes, it structures the water. So a lot of people ask, how does water get structured? What is structured water? So we have actually studies on our website that you can see. Regular water under a microscope and the water after the cup under a microscope. So the regular water, what is the molecules for water? Who knows the molecules of water? H2O, right. But as many people don't know that water never travels in H2O molecules. It travels in clusters. So cluster is a group of H2O molecules. So it can be 10 different H2O molecules or 20. I don't know, I'm just making up numbers. But I'm just saying, so it's a group of H2O molecules. So when we drink the water, what is the purpose of us drinking water? It's supposed to hydrate our cells, number one. Water, it's meant to, if there's toxins on the cells, water is supposed to wash off the cells. So it's supposed to get into our cells and wash them off. But a lot of times, because the clusters are so big, it doesn't get into our cells.